Hi, welcome to John's Jeep Garage. Today we're working on a 2009 Jeep Wrangler, and it had a P0456 fault, which is a small emissions leak, or very small leak. One of the things I did, and it'll show you in the video, is I did a smoke test to some of the vapor canister and the lines in the engine bay. But what it ended up being was the Emissions Leak Detector Pump, or Fuel Vapor Leak Detector Pump, both names for the same part. And it's in the back of your Jeep. In a 2009, it's attached to the vapor canister. Very easy access. Now, on the later JKs, it's still back there, but it's just in a different configuration. So what I wanted to show you was just how to replace this pump in the O-ring. Now, in this video, there'll be a little bit of troubleshooting, and I'll just be explaining how I got to that point. But this is, the part we're using is not OEM, it's a Duralast. It's an ESIM 1001. I'll show you that in the video. And you got a lot of feedback or whatever where this is somewhere around 4.6, 4.8. It's got a good rating. And once I replaced it, I've never had the code come back. And it's one of those things where it may not be this. So you're going to have to troubleshoot to determine where some of those very small leaks could be. And there are some common places that I'll point out. All right, thank you for watching. Now my leak was only the P0456. And while I was troubleshooting and taking things apart, my large leak, P0455, showed up as an error code. But the code I was going for is P0456, which is a very small leak. And I'll do a quick overview on what I tested, but this video is only about changing the leak detector pump on that canister. Okay, I'm running it right now as I change the fuel vapor leak detection pump, or you can call it a evaporative emissions system pump, but that is in the rear. Here though, I have that purge valve canister, has electrical connection. It can come off, vacuum pump, whatever people call it. And you got two lines, one coming from the rear and then the other one going in right here on the manifold. Now, this is a 3.8 liter. The 3.6 liter will come in from the side, but the canister's still in the same position. And if you disconnect that and you disconnect the two hoses, I was using a smoke detection system. This one. I was using that to try to take it apart and see if I could see anything leaking, because sometimes you'll see the leak happen right here or in the connections, or typically where the battery is rubbing along this hose and this line, and can put a small pinhole leak when you see that small leak detection. But I didn't find anything there. So I went ahead and said, when I looked back there and felt that the age was appropriate, I just said, let me just go ahead and invest the $40, and I made that change. And so that's why we made this video. And so far, it has not shown back up. All right, so on your 2007 to 2011 3.8 liter JKs, this one's a 2009. You can approach it from either side, but it's just right underneath, almost in front of the rear tires, and you see your vapor canister there. And then that white box right there on the end with the hose running to it, well, that is your fuel vapor leak detector or your emissions leak detector. Okay, let's get the electrical connection. Just press the tab down and pull. It's pretty simple. No big issue. Just press and it'll disconnect. And then now you got to remove the hose. This could be tight, so I'm going to use a flathead screwdriver carefully on the end, and just to kind of pry it up and then pull at the same time. This is just slow movement, and you want to make sure that you can use this hose again if possible. Now right on the bottom there's a black tab, and you want to press it forward, like up. and then turn it about 20 degrees, and then you're just going to pull it out. And there it is. That's a little tab, and I'll show you a close-up in just a little bit. And then you want to remove the O-ring with a pick if possible. Just take that out. All right, so when the pump is in there, the leak detection pump, there's this tab. So you're actually pushing the tab up closer to the pump in the direction of the rear of the vehicle, and that unlocks it. And then you saw that I turned it maybe 20 degrees because there's these tabs that kind of lock, so when you turn it, it enters the open space for those slots. So you turn it and it just comes right out. And so when we put it back in, we're going to put it in this way. We're going to turn it until that clicks down and locks it in place. We'll put the hose back. We'll check the hose for any deterioration, put the hose back, and then put the electrical connection back, and that will be it. So this is the original one. This is the Duralast. Just making sure everything looks the same. And also, what's really important is it comes with an O-ring. And if you look at the O-ring, it's got a slight groove to it, and it's flat on each side. It's not a round O-ring. I used a little bit of silicone grease, but a very fine amount just on the exterior of that O-ring. But I'm talking a very fine amount. I always like to do that with the O-rings for protection, just so you do not want to over lubricate it at all. I'm just putting that in there. Make sure it's flush, no issues. Then remember I said you go ahead and it's about 20 degrees, and then I turn it, and then make sure that tab is sitting right in there so it is nice and firm. I'm going to take the electrical, and I'm going to just pull it till push it till it snaps. Remember, when you take it off, you push this down, but that has snapped in place. And then I inspected the rubber seal, and then I pushed that all the way in, and so I am good to go. All right, that's a wrap. Hopefully that helped. It was easy. Only thing I can recommend is this is one of those issues that could be caused by multiple things, as we explained in the video. Please use a professional service technician if you can't find it, and if you're not experienced in doing these type of installations. It's a simple $40 to $45 fix if you use go to a parts store. It's a little cheaper if you go to Amazon. We appreciate it, and if it helped, please like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.